Hello, children of St. Helens. It's Mr. Chappell here, ready for our next part of Mr. Chappell, Mr. Spen's story time. Obviously, over the last couple of days, we've been reading The Giraffe, the Pelly, and me, and we're on the next exciting part. If you're just about to see it, and I'm actually going to put the book here today and read from the book so you can get to see all the different pictures. So let's carry on with the next exciting part. The giraffe stooped low and went out through the tall door. The monkey jumped off the windowsill and onto the giraffe's back. The pelican, with me in his beak hanging on for dear life, flew across and perched on the very top of the giraffe's head. And away we went. It wasn't long before we came to the gates of Hampshire House, and as the giraffe moved slowly up the great wide driveway, we all began to feel just a little bit nervous. "What's he like, this Duke?" the giraffe asked. "I don't know," I said, "but he's very famous and very rich. People say he has a palace." "It was bigger than a palace." "Just look at those windows," cried the monkey. "They'll keep us going for a very long time." Then suddenly we heard a man's voice a short distance away to the right. "I want those big black ones at the top of the tree," the man was shouting. "Get me those great big black ones." We peered round the bushes and saw an oldish man with an immense white moustache standing under a tall cherry tree and pointing his walking stick in the air. There was a ladder against the tree, and another man who was probably a gardener was up the ladder. "Get me those great big bluesy juicy ones right at the very top," the old man was shouting. "I can't reach them, Your Grace," the gardener called back. "The ladder isn't tall enough." "Damnation!" shouted the Duke. "I was so looking forward to eating those big juicy ones." "Here we go," the pelican whispered to me. And with a swish and a swoop, he carried up me to the very top of the cherry tree, and there he perched. "Pick them, Billy," he whispered. "Pick them quickly and put them in my beak." The gardener got such a shock, he fell off the ladder. Down below us, the Duke was shouted, "My gun! My gun! Get me my gun! Some damnable monster of a bird is stealing my best cherries. Be off with you, sir! Go away! Those are my cherries, not yours. I'll have you shot for this, sir. Where's my gun?" "Hurry, Billy," whispered the pelican. "Hurry, hurry, hurry." "My gun!" the Duke was shouting to the gardener. "Get me my gun! You idiot! I have that thieving bird for breakfast, you see if I don't." "I picked them all," I whispered to the pelican. At once the Pelly flew down and landed right beside the furious figure of the Duke of Hampshire, who was punching about and waving his stick in the air. You can see him just there. "Your cherries, Your Grace," I said as I leaned over the edge of the pelican's beak and offered a handful to the Duke. The Duke was staggered. He reeled back and his eyes popped nearly out of their socket. "Great Scott!" he gasped. "Good Lord! What's this? Who are you?" And now the giraffe, with the monkey dancing about on her back, emerged suddenly from the bushes. The Duke stared at them. He looked as though he was about to have a fit. "Who are these creatures?" he bellowed. "Has the whole world gone completely dotty?" "We are the window cleaners," sang the monkey. "We will polish your glass till it's shining like brass and it sparkles like sun on the sea. We'll work for you, Grace, till we're blue in the face, the giraffe and the Pelly and me." "You asked us to come and see you," the giraffe said. The truth was at last beginning to dawn on the Duke. He put a cherry into his mouth and chewed it very slowly. Then he spat out the stone. "I like the way you pick those cherries for me," he said. "Could you also pick my apples in the summer? In the autumn?" We could, of course we could," we all shouted. "And who are you?" the Duke said, pointing his stick at me. "He's our business manager," said the giraffe. "His name is Billy. We go nowhere without him." Very well, the Duke muttered. Come along with me, and let's see if you're any good at cleaning windows. I climbed out of the pelican's beak, and the kindly old Duke took me by the hand as we all walked towards the house. When we got there, the Duke said, What happens next? It's all very simple, Your Grace, the Giraffe replied. I am the ladder, the Pelly is the bucket, and the monkey is the cleaner. Watch us go. With that, the famous window cleaning gang sprang into action. The monkey jumped down from the giraffe's back and turned on the garden tap. The pelican held his great beak under the tap until it's full of water. Then with a wonderful spring leap, the monkey leapt up and once again onto the giraffe's back. From there, he scrambled as easy as he was climbing up a tree, the long, long neck of the giraffe, and he stood it balancing on the very top of her head. The pelican remained standing on the ground beside us, looking at the giraffe. We'll do the top floor first, said the giraffe, shouted down. Bring the water up here, please. The Duke called out, Don't worry about the top 2 floors. You can reach them anyway. Who says we can't reach them? The giraffe called back. I do, said the Duke firmly, and I'm not having any of you risking your silly necks around here. If you wish to be friends with a giraffe, never say anything bad about its neck. Its neck is its proudest possession. What's wrong with my neck, snapped the giraffe. Don't argue with me, you foolish creature, cried the Duke. If you can't reach it, you can't reach it. And that's the end of it now. Get on with your work. Your Grace, said the giraffe, in a superior smile on his face. There are no windows in the world I cannot reach with this magical neck of mine. The monkey, who was dancing about most dangerously on top of the giraffe's head, cried out, Show him, Giraffe! Go on, show him what you can do with your magical neck. The next moment, the giraffe's neck, which heaven knows was long enough, already began to grow longer and longer and longer and higher and higher and higher. Giraffe's neck. So we'll see what happens in tomorrow's story. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.